Hello everyone. So this is my tag mini album and I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough. I'm not sure, I filmed a lot of my process, but it's going to be, this project happened over several days. At one point I sat down for 3 hours and worked on it. So I have a lot of editing to do if I'm going to upload the whole process, but we'll see. But I'm definitely going to be putting the walkthrough in the video if I do it that way. If not, it'll just be a walkthrough and I'll tell you the products that I used. So starting off, I want to tell you the Burtis Monroe products that I use, because that is what this project was based off of, was some of the stuff that they sent me from there. And so I'm going to go ahead and start with these. So I used the Glitter Glaze in Fallen Snow, which is on almost every single page. And for this one, I inked over it with some just ink, some Catherine Pooler ink, the rose petal I think I used for this one. And I used my Stamp Market blending tool to do that, to get a nice little haze around it kind of. Before I did that though, I hit it with some watercolors over top of it, and I didn't really love the way that it looked, so I kind of blotted it off, but a little bit of it was still there. So that's the final look that I ended up getting with that. But for this whole mini album, I used the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Midnight Collection, which I really didn't have much left of, and I want to show you guys real quick because I'm super proud of myself. I used almost all of the stickers. There were only like 2 stickers gone from this sheet. And then on this one as well, there might have been 1, I think, gone from this one, and then this one as well. So I really think I did a really great job with using up some older product that I've had in my stash for a while, which makes me happy. Next up, I used the Ultra Fine embossing powder in the color Raven from Burtis Monroe, and this is black. And y'all, this is amazing embossing powder. That's all I can say. Next up, for the embossing powder, I used their embossing ink, which is clear. And I will let you guys know, this is a great embossing ink, and it's very juicy, just like other brands that are known for embossing. This is great. I love the size of it. I love how small it is, compact. Love it. Next up, for right here, for the title, I used the detail ink, and this is a permanent ink for detail images. So I really feel like this is perfect for like sentiments, especially with all the different fonts, excuse me. And this is in Raven as well, and I really enjoyed using that. And then for the base of the whole mini album, I used the Burtis Monroe jumbo tags, and there are 10 in a pack, and I used all 10 of them. So I used that as my base pages. And then I used this beautiful stamp. I used this part for the title, and then I used pieces of this throughout the whole mini album. So next up, I also, which I need to clean these stencils, I used, hold on, let's see, this beautiful stencil from Burtis Monroe. I need to clean them. That's why they're not in their packages. I like to soak them in hot soapy water. And then this one is my favorite one. And this is used right here on this page. So those are all the products that I used from Burtis Monroe for this mini album. A lot of products. These products were sent to me from Burtis Monroe. They wanted me to try them out and give an honest review on them on my YouTube channel. And I honestly loved every single product that I used. I had no issues. Everything worked the way they were supposed to work. And the stencils are beautiful, and the stamp that I used is beautiful. I really enjoyed the embossing powder and the glitter gel, or the glitter glaze. It worked beautifully. And it's a nice clear with really pretty glitter, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the flip through now. And so here's the title. I hot glued a little bit of lace black trim So yeah. And then I did front and back. And I used some watercolor for this. And I have not put any of my like little journaling or dates or anything yet. But this is Maggie when she's sleeping. Here's another one of her when she's sleeping. Here is using that stamp and the Raven embossing powder. You can see it's beautiful, y'all. It's a really, really nice, shiny black. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't embossed in black in a really, really long time, and I forgot how much I love it. I'm thinking about doing a mini album for Halloween now, just so I can use that because I love it. The photos did get some glitter on them, glitter transfer, but I'm okay with that. So there's that one. Here is this little layout of Emily and Maggie, and Maggie's like on the pillow on her head. And I just did some gesso and then some stenciling. And then here I made a little mini book to go inside, and I have not yet printed photos to put inside of it, but I figured I could print little photos to go inside, and I could do some journaling in here, and I thought that that was a really cute little idea. Here we go. Here is another one. Love, 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 love this one. Me and Maggie in the craft room. Next up here, you can see that glitter glaze, and I used it with one of the stencils from Burtis Monroe. Flip it. This is just a very simple page, and yeah, so there's that one. This one is like one of my favorites. You can see the stencil work with the glitter glaze and the stencil from Burtis Monroe. I did lay gesso down, just used my finger to kind of spread it around. I got that idea from Paige Evans in one of her mini album videos that she did. I watched it, and so yeah, you can see all of that pretty glitter. It's really, really pretty. I also did go over this with my blending tool and the color Bellini in Catherine Polar inks, just to kind of blend it with the background paper, and I think it did a beautiful job. Now it is a little bit brighter than the background paper, but I think it still blends pretty well. Am I going the right way? Nope. Here we go. So I tried something a little bit different, and I didn't get the best results, but I still like the way that it looks. I used this stencil. Which one was it? Let me see. I used the Burtis Monroe stencil here, and I took the embossing ink and just dabbed on it really, really hard. And then went over it with a blending tool and kind of tried to spread it out a little bit better, and then put embossing powder over it. And it's not perfect by no means, but I still think it's a nice little touch. If I could do it over, I probably wouldn't do that. I probably just would have stamped something and embossed it, but it still looks okay, I think. And I just did some layering, and again, I used my blending tool with some ink because this was all white gesso, and I kind of wanted it to kind of just blend. So we have this one, which is pretty simple. It's a picture of me, Maggie, and Emily laying in bed in the morning. This one is a picture of my mom's dog and Maggie when she was like a brand new puppy. And over here I used the stencil, or one of the stencils with the glitter glaze. And I tried to use some watercolor here to go, and I did splatters with the watercolor. It didn't turn out great. These watercolors that I used were super, super heavy on color. And I was using water and water, and it was starting to warp up the page, even though I had used gesso. So I stopped, but you can still see it's really shimmery and pretty, I think. We have this one of Maggie sleeping in her bed, and I just used a beautiful, pretty simple. Over here, I used that stamp from Burtis Monroe again, and the Raven embossing powder, and I love feeling it because it's super smooth, and it's just really, really very detailed and very pretty, so I really loved using that. And then this is a picture of Greg and Maggie in the recliner. Maggie's down here on his feet, asleep. And then we've got this one of Maggie and I in the craft room. Again, super simple, nothing over extravagant because it was a pretty big picture. So I just used one of the chipboard frames and some little tiny word stickers. And then over here, this is another one of my favorites. I used the stencil from Burtis Monroe, and it's this whole thing, but the photo was quite big, so I still wanted it to peek out from the top and a little bit from the bottom, so I kind of centered it on top of the stencil work. And with this one, I also used that same watercolor you can see kind of in there. It's very shimmery, and I just feel like it really went well with that stencil. And yeah. Also, I think You Are the Bee's Knees. I thought that was super cute. And they're just clear stickers from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. Next up, we have a picture of Maggie eating a popsicle. And again, pretty simple. Nothing really extravagant about this one either. And then this last one is, I believe this is the last one. Yeah, the last one is Maggie having her first puppuccino from Starbucks. She's got whipped cream all over her nose, and captured moment, smile, and yeah. So that, and I did the back of this as well. I don't have any pictures to go on it yet though, so that's the back. So that is the mini album that I created using some Burtis Monroe products, along with some things from my stash. I had a great time creating this. It did take quite a while because I have not made a mini album in a really long time. A really, really long time. But don't be intimidated. I say jump in, grab some products that you love, grab a collection that you haven't worked with in a while, that you have still quite a bit of. But I use a lot of scraps for this because it is such a small canvas, I guess. So these jumbo tags from Burtis Monroe are perfect for mini albums. It will stand up, so you can display it and stand it up. I know that some people place ribbon on the on this. I tried that. I just did not really care for the way it was looking on this album. So I think I'm just going to keep it plain Jane, nothing up there, unless I find like a dangly maybe thing to go on it. I don't know. But I really, really love the way that it came together. I had fun creating it, and I had a ton of fun using all of the Burtis Monroe products that they sent me. And if you guys want to check them out, I will have the website linked below, along with some of the other products that I used that I can find, so you guys can get your hands on some of these products. I don't know if Michelle from My Little Scrapbook Store still has the Midnight collection on her website, because it is a little bit of an older collection. So I will take a look there, and if it is still available, I will link it below because it's a beautiful collection. And yeah, so that is it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.